So, okay, Virgo, Two of Cups. I love this one. First card that came out. That means there's some sort of a partnership that you're going to be very happy about. Both of you are going to align. Both of you are going to like each other or love doing the same thing, or just, it's a very compatible energy in general, okay? If you already have somebody in your life right now and things are going well, I think this could be a sign that this connection could be successful because of the Three of Cups. That means you guys are going to be celebrating something. Three of Cups could be an engagement energy as well. So some of you are getting engaged, or you're going to meet somebody at an engagement party or a wedding, or maybe like an event, whatever the event can whatever the event is. But the Three of Cups goes with mean social media, okay? But be careful when you meet people online and you haven't met them in person. Make sure you do their background check. But it looks good, Virgo. Look, Four Swords here is in reverse too. That means you're waking up. Things are no longer going to be stagnant. Your prayers are coming true. Because you can see the hand, it's like praying, right? But this is in reverse. If this was in an upright position, Virgo, that means you're still laying down, you're still praying, you're still thinking, you're still strategizing, planning. And when it's in reverse, to me, that means you're waking up, like something is going to be shown to you, a sign that things are going well for you, Virgo. I love this. And then we've got the Page of Swords here in reverse. Maybe something that you've been learning, thinking about, you've been keeping tabs on. It could be somebody, it could be some of you, you're graduating or have already graduated. Three of Cups right here. But it could also mean, Virgo, somebody could be spying on you, okay? Six of Cups in reverse. Some of it's an ex spying on you. It could mean an ex spying on you. But I do like that the Six of Cups here is in reverse. It means that something from your past is not going to repeat. Past bad memories, they're not going to repeat, because Wheel of Fortune is also here. That means your life is changing for the better. Luck is gonna finally be on your side. And I feel like this union, again with Two of Cups, could be a destined union. It also feels like, you know, you're done with whatever lessons that you had to learn. Could be karmic lessons, whatever lessons you had to learn. Now we all have lessons that we need to learn. None of our lives are like perfect and smooth sailing. But I feel like, again, Virgo, something is changing for the better. And the High Priestess here is in reverse. And it's going to be revealed to you what this is all about when the time is right. But it could also mean that, you know, having faith in divine timing. The High Priestess, she's sitting in the middle of, actually she's sitting at the entrance of a temple, but it's in reverse, and in between these two pillars, and she's in the middle guarding the entrance of the temple, and she's holding a Torah. So she has a lot of information, she has a lot of secrets, she's highly intuitive. And something that, you know, it could just mean, again, that all of the lessons that you have learned throughout, you know, your lifetime, it feels like what I'm hearing also is that God or the universe could be saying that you're ready, you've learned enough, you know, there's no more learning. At least for another period of time, unless you're, you know, a much older Virgo and you're, you know, retiring, the last phase of your life, last cycle of your life. And it says here that, you know, you've learned everything that you need to learn. and you're gonna wake up and smell the roses. I feel like a lot of you are going to like see things very differently. Your perception when it comes to life in general it's going to change. Okay, there are a lot of changes, but these changes are good changes. And Two of Wands here could indicate a decision that some of you probably could be thinking, okay, what should I do? I'm standing at a crossroad. You know what, Virgo? Like, it's sometimes, I'm also a Virgo, so I think a lot. I overthink things and overanalyze, and we do that a lot. And it's sometimes, one secret, just like the High Priestess here, one secret that I have learned throughout my life, like so far, like recently, actually, it wasn't that long ago. One secret that I have learned is that, hey, all you gotta do is pray. And there's so many things that we cannot control in our life that I feel like, why thinking about it for a million times a day doesn't change anything, especially if it's a situation where you have totally no control over. But Two of Wands here could mean some of you, Virgo, you have two different paths or two different options. You may want to choose, or you might want to take. And I feel like if you choose your path sincerely, in terms of like the type of path or the type of life where you don't have to play games, that you don't have to deal with people who are deceptive, or you don't have to deal with people who are competitive, like, this is like, there's no need to compete. And if you are in a situation where somebody tries to compete with you, or somebody tries to, I'm hearing the word defame, I don't know where that came from, let them be. That's what it says here. And also, this indicates defeat, okay? A lot of you are defeating your enemies just because you let karma deal with it. No, well, fortune could mean karma as well. So you let karma, you allow karma, you allow God, you allow universe to do their thing. Sometimes we don't even have to lift a finger, right? Except for, of course, work, money. We have to do something. Of course, we got to meet God, we got to meet universe in the middle. We still have to do our part. But what I'm talking about is those things that we have no control over. Like, for example, you can't control what anybody says about you. You can't control somebody, make somebody love you, make somebody, you can't, because everybody has free will. So losing that control, or trying to create a narrative for yourself and for others, it's a stress that you do not have to stress about. I hope that makes sense. Eight of Cups in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I see, you see, I like the Five of Pentacles when it's in reverse. That means improvement in your finances. For some of you, this improvement in your finances has something to do with partnership, community. We as Virgos, we always think that we're, we can do by ourselves, we are independent, we are No, we're supposed to have some sort of purpose, and we're supposed to deal with people. We're supposed to live together. We're supposed to have friends. We're supposed to have your divine counterpart, your partner. Okay, for those Virgos who think like, oh, it's better to be alone or single than being with somebody who's not right for us, and there's some truth to it. But again, what if, Virgo, what if you will meet this Two of Cups, this connection where it's compatible? What if there's somebody out there who is compatible with you? And at the end of the day, it's our choice, right? If you want to stay single, or if you want to meet somebody somebody who can share your life with, somebody who's compatible with you. I think compatibility is very important, and timing is very important, right? With the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like good news, Virgo, all in all, in terms of your finances. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse feels a bit like, hey, you can take a break now. You don't have to work so hard, or you don't have to grind so much, or you don't have to hustle that much. I don't know, something about that. And you know, I don't encourage gambling, okay? I don't encourage gambling, but some of you, I don't know, somebody today just told me like, I'm gonna bet on a football team. Somebody said that to me. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't say, oh, don't do it, but he said it's just a small, like just like a small thing, not like betting my whole savings. Or there's a way to do it, right? But I don't know, I just don't, you know, I'm not into, I don't believe in gambling. But some of you, maybe, you know, Wheel of Fortune could mean good luck, making money out of luck. Some of you, receiving money out of luck. It could also mean that somebody giving you money, somebody giving you like handout. Like some of you, it's like your upcoming good news would be just like, hey, I'm just lucky because, you know, I'm just lucky because I was there at the right time. And you know, the world is so mysterious sometimes. You know, we don't really understand everything, but I believe that we'll understand everything when we are, you know, when we meet our creator. So when we meet God. But there's something about this that's really interesting, Virgo. I feel like it could mean like things are being made easy for you, okay? Whatever the circumstances it could be. Whatever the circumstances it could be. Am I saying it right? Yeah. It could mean like you get, some of you, upcoming good news is that you don't even have to try that hard and you got the job. You don't even have to try that hard. Or you just like one day, suddenly somebody says, and this has happened before, inheritance. Some of you might hear some good news about somebody giving you money, giving you a car. I have a friend, she just got so lucky. She was a model. I used to be a model too, and models, you know, our income is not very consistent. But anyway, so a friend of hers just said, hey, I'm moving to Italy, and can you take care of my house? She had a house in Malaysia, and you don't have to pay anything. No rental, no like utilities, nothing, zero. I just want you to stay in my house and take care of my house. They were friends, you know, like, and very new friends too, but somehow she trusted her. And my friend was so good at how would I say, maintaining the home, and it's always clean, and she basically picked the right person. So for her, it was like, whoa, I don't even have to pay rent. Nothing, zero. So less stress, right? There's something about Virgo, this upcoming good news will be like, you don't have to stress so much. It's like it just happens to you, for you. And things just get really easy or easier for you. And for some of you, you may never have to work again because you may be receiving something from someone, Two of Cups, or you have a partner where you can sort of rely on, for some of you, who could support you. It just basically feels, you could see this person, he's alone, just grinding, just working on these pentacles, carving out the pentacles. And when it's in reverse, and also because of the Two of Cups here, it just feels like you're not going to be alone having to, it's less burdensome. And for some of you, literally, you don't have to do anything. something is just going to come towards you. Something is just going to happen to you by chance, but in a good way. Okay, I hope that makes sense so far. And it may have something to do with money, career, partnership, Eight of Cups in reverse. Some of you, upcoming good news will be something being returned to you. Oh my God, something being, being returned to you. This I must tell you this. Remember, I was telling you guys that I was scammed, right? My card, my ATM card, I was in Bali. So, you know, these certain countries like Vietnam, Bali, I mean, Indonesia, Cambodia, like certain countries, these crimes are very prevalent, right? So, but I didn't know because I've been to Bali many times. I lived in Bali for like 9 months, like about 3 years ago. And I've always been to the same ATM machine, like the ATM machine, and nothing ever happened. So like 3 years later, I went to Bali and I went to the same ATM thinking that, you know, it's safe because I've been using that ATM for so long and didn't expect anything. But anyways, they had like this device thing and it's on the pad. And so they got all my information and they drained my account. So, of course, it wasn't my fault because if somebody truly wants to scam you, they'll find ways to scam you. And also maybe I wasn't, you know, I was kind of in a rush too. So I was kind of paying attention, but not, you know, fully. But anyways, good news is I got my money back in full. And you know how many people told me that I will not get my money back? So many. And even the bank officials of whoever I was speaking with, the customers, I don't know who they were, but they were representing the bank and they were calling me and they were investigating and I was telling them the whole story and everything. I had to repeat myself like probably 10 times. And it got a little bit frustrated at one point in time, but even them, they told me, well, it's a very like very slim chance that you're gonna get your money back because they took the money out, like cash out from the card that they stole. I don't know how they stole my card, but I was distracted. Somebody was talking to me, like a stranger. I think that was that person's role. It was to distract me. So there were two guys. But anyway, so they took my money out, like cash out from another ATM. Like they took everything because I did increase my limit. Sorry, this is a bit of a story time. So I increased my limit because like to the fullest limit, basically. And because I was traveling in these, you know, in this country where a lot of times they don't accept cards and they accept cash only. But long story short, I got my money back, and what I did was, of course, I did all the necessary things. I went to report the police, and the most important thing that I did was I prayed to God. I was like, God, I know I have no control over it, right? I could only do the best I could. And I also did a tarot reading for myself. Now, the thing is, I don't normally like to do my own tarot readings because I can be biased. Like, I don't like to do tarot readings asking how somebody feels about me or how my relationship is going to pan out between me and somebody. Because when you are a tarot reader yourself, you can be biased, and sometimes, and it's so much easier for me to just do readings for other people because I'm just completely neutral. But when I do it for myself, I'm not neutral, right? Because it's about me. I already know what's going on. But in any case, I did a tarot reading for myself for the first time just to ask, what can I do? It's part of this spread anyways as advice and everything. So I asked, like, will I get back my money and what would the advice be? And that was an advice that was super important and I made sure I did that advice. And it was a magician card. That was the advice, a magician card. And what does the magician mean? The magician means if you were to do everything you can, use all of your resources, you will make it happen. But magician could also mean magic, right? Something that everybody says, like majority of people said, you will not get back your money because they actually literally took the money out from the ATM. It wasn't just like using it to buy something, right? They took the cash out. So many people say you're not gonna, and I kept saying it in a lot of my readings. I said, I'm gonna get back my money. I'm gonna get back my money. So that's another form of manifestation, right? You say something. When we say something, we are making it happen. We are manifesting it. And of course, I pray to God. And of course, I did a tarot reading for myself, which I saw the magician. I was like, okay, I know what to do. And I did it. And the thing is, what I did was I had to do everything that I could, which I went back to the ATM area. I took a video of the surrounding. I showed them where I walked. I showed them how the ATM looked like. I showed them everything. I like the Virgo, like all of us Virgos, most of us who are like paying attention to details. So I was doing all of that, like a long, I don't know, 10-15 minutes video, and I uploaded it to my channel, my vlog channel. And that but of course it was private, so only somebody with person with a link can watch it. So I did that. I did everything I could, and I sent them tons of screenshots, messages, because the thing is, when something like this happens, they don't want, the bank has to find out if you're actually part of the scam. So I had to prove to them that I wasn't, and I sent them so many screenshots of my conversations with whoever, whatever, that could prove that I wasn't part of the scheme, that was the reason, the reason why I went to get money, everything. I sent everything. I went to the police station. And there was one last thing that I did was, the magician card. It's a very powerful card. Use your power, use your influence. And what is my influence? Do you know what my influence can be? Do you know what my influence is? We all have some influence, okay? Especially in this day and age with social media. So if you follow my Instagram, you will see how many followers I have. Not that it's like crazy too much, but it's enough. It's enough. And I did say something, even though they told me, they said, there is a very, very slim chance that you get your money back. And cases like yours, which I have seen, and I have been doing this, I've been, this bank representative person talking to me, and she said, I've been working at this bank for like 8 years, 10 years, I don't know, very long. She said, and cases like this, the chances are so slim that you get your money back. If you get it back, like very few cases, she said, they only got back like 20% of the money that was lost. And I said, well, I'm not going to accept that decision. I will appeal again if it gets rejected. And on top of that, I said, I will post a video and tell the story about what had happened. And of course, the name of the bank will be included. And actually, that was what sealed the deal. My intuition, just like the High Priestess here, my intuition is telling me that also I had to say that. And also the Magician card, it's about influence, it's about pulling all strings, it's about using your resources. I did everything I could, and I knew in my heart that it will come through, even though everybody told me slim chance you're not gonna get your money. I got it back, like full amount, not 10%, not 20%, not 50%. So I told her, like, I was like serious, dead serious about it, saying that no, I will not accept that decision. I will pursue it all the way through. And then today I was curious. I was like, let me check my bank account, see if there's any money there. I was actually expecting it. I was expecting to see that amount in my head. Like before I turn on my app, I was already seeing it, the numbers, and I was actually, well, whoa, it's here, it's back. My money is back. Anyways, Virgo, I know this is like a long story. I hope you guys learned something from my story. That could be a reason why you're watching this. If it ever happens to you, or whatever the case it could be. But I definitely see, Virgo, something to celebrate about. 3 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Definitely improvement in your finances. You're gonna get back. 8 of Cups in reverse is a return. So something you've lost could be returned to you. Okay. And if you prayed enough as well, 4 Swords, and strategize, think, plan, Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes we have to create our luck. And again, we are not puppets. We're not puppets. A lot of people think, like, I have a friend who was like, oh, she would drive so fast, right? She would drive so fast. I was like, hey, slow down, we might get into an accident. And she's like, nah. She said, if we're gonna die, then we're gonna die. That's God's will. But God doesn't tell you to do stupid things and risk your life and our lives, your friends' lives in the car. So there's something about this balance here, Virgo. We have to do our part. And also at the end of the day, you see, the thing is, at the end of the day, what could I do? What could I have done besides doing everything that I could, which was to provide the proof and everything that I said I did. At the end of the day, I still had no power over the decision that was going to be made in terms of whether I'm going to get back my money or not, right? I still have that little last part I had no control over. So that part, I left it to God, and I just pray for it. And I just kind of like, that's it, done. And there's nothing I can do. There's no point stressing about it, thinking about it too much. It's not gonna, I've already done the best that I could. So, and that's the results. And I'm very, very happy. Anyways, Virgo, this is your reading. Sorry, this is so long. This turned into a story time. I know some of you enjoy, a lot of you enjoy, story time. But there's maybe 1 or 2 say, oh, don't tell your story, like just get straight to the reading. Shut up. This is my channel, okay? I'll do whatever I want. Anyways, take care, Virgo. I hope to see you back here again soon. Love you. Bye. Hey, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe.